Hi everybody, I wanted to take just a minute to share with you some tips and tricks on how you might talk to your children about coronavirus. You know, as the pandemic continues to grow, I think rumors and anxiety are going to continue to grow in the community, and I think it's important for you to be prepared and maybe perhaps even encourage a conversation with your children about what coronavirus means for you, the family, and the communities we live in. So I think the first thing perhaps you should do is invite the conversation with your children and sort of assess what it is that they know. You want this to be an opportunity for thoughtful, ongoing conversation and help them feel comfortable coming to you in times of stress and anxiety. You know, as they share with you some of what they're experiencing and some of what their fears are, I want to encourage you to don't just dismiss or reject their fears outright. Of course, you're in a better position to offer a more informed perspective for the children, but they have their feelings, they have a right to their feelings, and I just want you to not dismiss their feelings just because perhaps they're not as accurate and understanding with them as to what's going on. You know, I always encourage parents to be honest with their children. I think there's a way to have age-appropriate conversations with children and still maintain honesty. You know, I think in this moment you can talk to them about the fact that this is a virus. You can share with them the ways that this virus is transmitted. You can let them know that most of the people in our community and society aren't going to catch this virus, and of those that do catch it, almost all of them will recover. You can also let them know that there's going to be some kind of disruptions likely for you and your family in the future. You know, maybe you've got to take some precautions to protect grandma and grandpa. You might also miss some birthday parties and other social outings and gatherings that you might otherwise have engaged in. You know, it's also important to talk to them about the things that you and the community are doing to help keep them safe. You can talk to them about what you all as a family are going to be doing to help keep them safe, what the school's doing to help keep them safe, what the community they live in is doing to help keep them safe, excuse me, and so on. You want to help them understand that there are risks and that people are doing things to keep them safe. And you also want to encourage them to take some responsibility as well for keeping themselves safe and the community, the family they live in. You can talk to them about good hygiene, the proper ways to wash their hands, discourage them from touching their face and covering their mouth when they cough or sneeze. I think those kind of things are appropriate to share and talk about and encourage, and ask them to help you do the same kind of thing. You know, when you're talking to children, keep in mind that they are very attuned to the emotional level in the household around these kind of things taking place. So it's important for you to talk to them in a calm, thoughtful, reassuring voice. It's also important for you to generally do your own work so that you understand what the real anxieties and risks are as you want to come into the conversation and into the household with a better awareness rather than a hyped up, anxiety-driven mindset that I think the media would probably want us to live in. The last thing I want to suggest is to avoid using shaming and blaming language. I think that kind of language is never helpful, but particularly right now, I think that it can harm them and other children later as we progress through this pandemic. So So just, let them know that it's not anyone's fault that they catch this virus, and people that do catch it are not bad people. This is just the way the world works, and we need to help them hold that rather than shifting blame and creating tension and shame and that sort of thing. Just to wrap things up, whenever you have a question about how to talk to children about difficult subjects, I always like to go back to the way that Mr. Rogers came out of retirement and talked to the country after September 11th, where he shared what was going on in very clear, direct, honest, and calm way. And I think that's a good model for how we can do it as parents too. I hope you guys found this helpful. Stay safe out there and take good care.